Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tribe Studios podcast. My name is Riz, and to the right of me, I have an amazing arsenal of entrepreneurs and models. Last week, we had the opportunity to interview Manhattan Model Management, but it went so well. We actually did an entire shoot today, so we're going to talk about the shoot. And they're actually going to be interviewing us. I brought over my business partner, and I'm going to let him introduce himself, but let's go around the room. Ladies first.
Well, thank you, Riz. So, hi, everybody. My name is Valentina. I am the founder of Manhattan Management, as well as the CEO and founder of Snobhouse NYC, which is currently just a swimwear brand. And to my left, I have my amazing business partner.
Hi, my name is Christina. I am the CEO of Manhattan Model Management, and I also have an athletic wear brand called Control Athletic Co., and I'm also a model and content creator.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kashif, and I am the CEO and founder of The Last Mile Corporation.
Oh my God, I thought you were the model. You weren't the model?
Nah, that was last year.
Oh, that was last year. Okay.
We tried to sign him.
That-
I just gained 20 more pounds.
Oh, that was at the Diddy party that you were modeling last year, right?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I see a white shirt.
But I seen the Diddy poster in your room.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I got this one poster. I had to take it down, though. You know?
They had baby oil in there, too.
Yeah, I know. I thought it said Ciroc, but it just said Sircock the whole entire time. I had no idea, you know? Just didn't read it right.
Oh, that was quick.
So listen, I'm glad it broke the ice a bit because Valentina is really good. One of my favorite people to talk to, especially about business and everything. But once she gets on the mic in a podcast, she's very demure, as she likes to say,
Yes,
right?
very
Right?
much. Very demure.
Yeah, very. So I'm gonna need you to hold that mic a little closer.
Okay.
Very good.
Hang on, let me actually
Very
move a little bit
anti-demure, very anti-mic. But make sure
so
you're
not
at the
nature.
same level as Christina
How's
as
this?
well.
Oh, so then you have to hold your mic.
Oh, do I really have to hold it?
Well, then you can get a little closer.
Hold it
There we go. Are we still in frame? Robin's like, I hate you guys. I'm trying to have
just
my
trying to eat.
buffalo chicken, extra crispy, extra medium, something like that. And like, you know, you guys just suck. No, you can't push it back. You can't push it back. There we go.
Okay.
I want to hear
How's
you.
this?
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Okay.
Now hear him. Hear him real quick. Go ahead, Kashif.
What you want me to
Well,
say?
we don't
Oh
have
my
headphones
God,
on.
Yeah, we
everything.
don't have headphones on.
We can't hear.
You don't need headphones to hear
No,
him.
you don't.
You know,
Yeah.
everyone from the other room can hear him.
It's the vibration.
It's
But-
the frequency.
The frequency and the vibes is why we're here. The reason why we even launched Tribe Studios, it was never for business. It's just something that we evolved into. However, it is the one spot in planet Earth that I can find people that's exactly like me, that vibes the same and is on the same frequency. And I really get some joy. As being an entrepreneur for so many years, you know, a lot of people say that they do it for money. And maybe I got into it for money. I don't really remember. But the truth is, I think when I started business, my first business, either the word entrepreneur wasn't there or it was just too big of a word for me to understand what that was, right? I was just happy being a DJ. That was my first business. I loved it. I loved the music, I loved the crowd and the vibes and the frequency. And years later, I lost that. And it kind of sucked. It was very lonely. The money came, right? The power came. The respect came. But something was missing. And I think that was the energy, and that's where Tribe Studios really came from. And I just love to find like-minded, creative people that is building their future in their life. And Kashif and I, we have multiple businesses together. We've known each other for years, maybe even a decade by now.
Over a decade.
It feels like a few days. I feel like he's my grandfather right now, right? We've been around for so
Is it
long.
because of this jacket?
I think so. And that white hair that we keep on finding, right? Christina's good at that though.
She's an eye doctor.
You can do it
She's
someday.
she's an eyeologist. She can
Listen,
see
I don't
everything.
got no eyes, but I got 20/20, okay?
Listen, the second episode is 10 times more lively than the first. Can you
Just wait till the third.
I know, right? We'll be upside down
yelling.
twerking.
Baby oil everywhere.
Everywhere.
God.
Slippery when wet.
So I think there's a point to this podcast, right?
I think so.
Okay. I'm going to let Valentina and Christina launch this one. Go for it, because it's switched around this time. They're going to be interviewing us. So let's go.
So I actually want to touch base on what you just said about your nightclub days, right? So how old were you when you actually first started working in nightclubs or even being associated with them? Like how far back are we talking?
So at age 14, I started DJing and actually incorporated myself as a DJ.
Is that legal?
Depends on who
Yeah.
you ask.
Yeah,
He had working papers.
yeah, I have working paper. Am I even legal in this country? I don't know. But I came in the same cargo ship that Christina did. But
We picked you up, by the way.
yeah.
Wait, I think I was on there too.
And Valentina's people was the ones that facilitated the trade.
I was driving.
She was at the
guys.
port.
I was driving.
Damn, this should be called a racist podcast show. We're breaking barriers of racism. Robin feels so uncomfortable right now.
Yes, political correctness does not live here.
Look at how red he looks. Look at that. We need
Just
a
let him
camera on
enjoy
Robin.
his crispy chicken.
Okay. So I started DJing private events, house parties, garage parties, and then I did my first bar event at age 15. That's what I did on a Wednesday night because that's it. They wouldn't give me a Friday, Saturday, not even Thursday, not even a football Sunday. But yeah, I was doing a Wednesday night, and it was the time of my life. I'll tell you that much. As a 15-year-old, I was driving all the way to Philadelphia.
That's definitely not legal.
No, at that age it was. At that age it was. I think I
Was
had a
it?
permit.
No, it's not.
I had a permit to go up to 12, up to midnight. But I
He
came
didn't
back.
have a license, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, listen, we got to edit some of these things, right? What's
got
the
a call.
statute? What's the statute of limitations?
Yeah, Robin, we're gonna need your help on this one.
But yeah, nightclub, age 15.
Okay, so
Funny.
being that this clearly isn't going to be your first rodeo when it comes to the nightclub scene, you're thinking about getting back into it within the near future, aren't you?
I am contemplating the idea.
Okay.
We are looking at a nightclub right now. We're running promotional nights, Kashif and I. It's called One Republic in North Arlington. It's a challenge because we are kind of resurrecting it from scratch. There's a difference between building a business, building a nightclub, building a night. But then when a nightclub or a bar goes a little downhill, you got to rebuild it, and it's very tough. And it's almost like a bar rescue situation because you're working against the current team, the current staff, and all that. And then also you don't want to lose the locals that's there as well, right? So it's this balancing
It's
act.
a delicate balance.
It
yes.
is. It's very difficult. So
Okay.
so we're figuring it out, and hopefully all parties agree and we do it. But I think you caught on something. Do I really want to do it?
Yeah. Not only do you really want to do it, but what are you going to do differently this time? Because obviously you're not going to be using the same exact playbook I imagine that you
No.
did.
No.
How many years ago?
Let's see. So I bought Fire and Ice back.
Because we have a palindrome here, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I started DJing at 14, and now I'm 41. So yes.
Yeah, you have a palindrome.
But I bought my first nightclub at age 26.
Okay.
It's called Fire and Ice Hookah Lounge in Woodbridge, New Jersey.
So nearly 20 years later, yes. What's the difference
my
going to
God,
be
yeah.
this time around?
30 years.
Yeah, I
Man,
still have a
stop
bone to
adding
pick
years.
with
He's a
That's what I do. I just do ad-libs all day.
He's a numerologist. He just keeps on adding numbers and making me feel older. Why don't you do that with my height?
Mine too, while
do.
you're at it, please.
About 6'5".
Yeah, I'm about 6'5". I definitely got 6 foot energy. But what's going to be different? Everything is going to be different. But there'll be one thing that's the same. So that way, it is the vibe, the feeling.
Okay.
I believe in experiential businesses. So if you really look at the common denominator of all my businesses, it is an experience. DJing, you get the experience of the crowd, the interaction, everyone. A nightclub, I didn't just buy a sports bar or a local bar or whatever. I bought a hookah lounge, right? This is 2006. Hookah wasn't even a thing yet, right? I bought a hookah lounge because of the simple thing. I always consider what's the perfect date, right? Where you can take someone out and have a conversation with them, still be entertained. I don't think movies is the perfect date. That's what people think. Oh, let's go out to the movies. It's loud, it's dark, you're engaged in a movie. It's hard to talk to someone. And me, I don't like to get interrupted during movies. So if I'm going on a date, woman, don't talk to me.
I'm right there with you.
So that's a terrible date for me. Bowling, I'm not good at bowling. Let's just keep it real, right? Pool, I'm short. I got a hard time reaching over, some of the shots. It looks terrible. I got a guy like Kashif to show me off, and I lost my date right there. Boom, to Kashif every single time.
Well, football.
What about football?
You play it. You're going to date with it.
Well, football.
What
Yeah.
girl's gonna go on a first date with football?
Exactly.
Race.
Never. First of all, I hate sports. I just want to put that out there.
So why you got that jersey on?
Because I
Happy to
play
deliver.
I play in the most competitive sport there is known to mankind, which is called business.
Yes.
There is nothing more competitive, nothing that needs a team, an ownership, that's more important than a business. So I salute all business owners out there because it's tough. And yeah, I rock a jersey.
So Riz, I have a quick question. Have you ever took a girl on a date to work?
After I answer this, honestly, I'm never going to have a date again. I already know.
I did.
I did
How'd that
too.
work out for
Oh
you?
my god.
I did too.
Worked out great.
Oh, no, so it's 50-50. It's either not going to work out, and I know she's not the one, and she knows I'm definitely not the one, right? Or she is the one, and I'm going to end up dating her for a while. And
Agree.
So for both of you
So that's
guys,
the work date that determines that for you.
it wasn't a work date. It wasn't planned, but it was probably an emergency. Was that the same situation
Yeah.
for you? Like, we were scheduled to go to a date, but then I got a call, and maybe it was a call out or, an accident, something happened, and now I had to go cover shift. That is what happened for my scenario. What about you?
Mine's too.
Yeah. And that's when you got to ride or die.
It was a great date.
Yeah, my date actually,
I actually love that.
my date loved it, right? I had a few dates like this. Some wasn't the first date. It was like maybe a couple of dates in, like, hey, listen, I'm so sorry. I have this thing that I got to do for work, but it's not going to take long. Would you like to come with me? If she says absolutely not, then that's just not going to work out.
Yeah.
But if she's like, yeah, I'll come with you. And then if she likes the fact that her man is working, I like that. I like a woman that understands that it's not that work is priority for me, because as you guys all know, living is a priority for me, but that will put priorities in life over entertainment and everything else. So that's just what I think is
That's
important.
so sexy.
Yeah.
That is sexy.
So
That
being
is so sexy.
being that you guys are entrepreneurs, you guys are on the clock literally 24/7. So how does that affect your social life and dating life even?
Well, you guys are my friends. This is how I find friends. I bring them to my business.
And you give them microphones.
Yeah, so you can talk.
Imagine the first day you hand them a microphone.
Yeah,
Like,
I even record it,
use
so if you
this.
leave me, I can just play it back. Look, these are my friends. I have friends.
Like they exist.
They're real.
okay, so in your dating life, I don't think you would get on a
No.
podcast with them.
I hear this from my parents all the time because A, I'm not married. B, I'm divorced. And I lost my first wife to a business, which was a nightclub.
No.
oh.
Yeah, so...
So yet you find yourself getting back into the nightclub.
and that's why I'm hesitating.
Okay.
Because, again, I don't do things for money.
Interesting.
I do things for experiences and what I enjoy in life. And
Well, clearly it didn't deter you enough to the point where you're not
it's
thinking about
it's been 10 years. I was heavy into it. I was buying one after another. I was huge into the whole entertainment world.
But now finding yourself back here, clearly it did not deter you enough, though, that you would never pick it up again.
I look at it differently now. Before I was a DJ, I had a very successful DJ company. I had a promotional company. I had a recording studio, not a podcast studio, a recording studio. We were dropping mixtapes, we're dropping albums. I have my own music video. Don't Google it. It's
And another one.
embarrassing.
Oh, I'm so Googling.
I Google it now. Everybody
we get
that's
out
watching,
here.
Google it.
Please Google it.
I was managing over artists, famous Bollywood artists, a few porn stars, things like that. I was heavy in the entertainment industry.
You was a stripper too.
I was with you, right next to you.
You would
tell
jump
y'all
out
that.
the cake. You was just big enough to jump out all the wedding cakes. Yeah.
Yeah, I played all those roles. If I need to do that, I need to do that.
And
But
that's being an entrepreneur.
and that could be a date. Hey babe, real quick, just stuff me in this cake box. You got
jump
this.
out real
Yeah, you gotta deliver me.
Yeah. And if she did it and she was still there, she's the
She's the
one.
one.
The one.
Yeah.
She's the one.
Now, as far as me, my social life is business. So, I don't really want to talk to people if it's not really pertaining to business. I don't really have too much to really say. I don't watch sports. We don't really play games. We really play life. And I'm just like Riz. I've been in the party game since I was about 14. And I never bought my own club, though. I have enough credit. But, but I definitely ran a few, establishments. So I was a party promoter / MC. So I've been doing that. And I had a team of about 75 people when I was about 14, 15. And we was making money. And I actually dropped out of high school because I was making more money than my teachers.
Yeah.
Teachers was making like 25,000. I was seeing like 10K a month at like 15 years old. I was like,
that's a lot for a kid. I understand.
was like, why would I listen to you?
Yeah. Listen, I thought I was such a big because at age 14, I was making $50 a DJ. I thought I was so big.
Yeah.
Right? And then someone gave me a tip. Now I got $100.
Yeah.
I'm buying $100 jeans. I'm the man. That's what I thought in high school.
No.
Yeah, I think we all went through that phase.
Yeah.
No, but
No, not all
Lil
of us,
Tay
but
who? Lil Tay who? Do you guys not know him?
Oh, I thought you were speaking a different language.
Do you guys not know
I was like,
Lil
you teaching us
Tay?
something. Little Tay.
Yeah.
Oh, you made it sound so Asian. I was like, are you speaking Korean all of a
No,
sudden?
I said Lil Tay.
Oh, okay.
What about him?
She is no longer the youngest flexer of the century. Is now given to you.
Oh. You talking about the little Asian girl?
I thought she was a little black girl, Lil Tay.
No.
No.
She just act black.
Oh, wait, she really isn't?
No.
Oh, damn.
She mad ghetto though.
That's like if you and Christina had a baby, that's what it'll be like. You know?
No, Lil Tay is fully Asian.
Oh, yeah. but he's fully ghetto. So
But she is too.
As in, yeah.
She is too.
yeah.
I was surprised that she was that ghetto. Who raised her?
Her brother.
Her mother's gangster too, right?
Her mother got her into a scandal. Yes.
Listen, it happens to the best of us, okay?
Yeah.
And that's how you learn. And that's the sadness of, I think, the business world, especially startup and small. If you didn't move into a family corporation or a family business, you're learning everything from scratch, and a lot of people take advantage of you. Yeah. And there's a huge emotional roller coaster, I think.
Enormous.
Love, friendships, financial. We sacrifice so much for this dream and this belief. But at the end of the day, if I don't have something that I love doing, it is almost pointless for me, right? So I can't go do a job 9 to 5 and not love it because the money is not my motivation at all.
I think it's also that might have to do something with the fact you got such a taste of it at an early age.
Definitely.
That really prohibited you from ever really feeling the necessity of seeking that road because you saw, hey, I can do this by myself. So why would I ever go do something that I really didn't want
kind of
to?
exactly what Kashif says.
Yeah.
You know, me and Kashif, we don't actually ever butt heads on anything.
No.
Right? Anything. It could be because even though we walk, on different paths of life, I think our timeline at our age was exactly the same. We experienced the same stuff.
So what do you think then makes you two such great partners for business? Aside from the fact that you don't butt heads. That's rare enough in itself. What would you
It's
say
a blessed scenario.
Yeah.
I would definitely call it that as well.
Yeah.
But what, aside from not butting heads with one another, do you feel makes you two such solid business partners?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and answer that, Riz. What I strongly believe is that we both are hustlers and we both want something and we are creative thinkers. We are artists. So every day we're just constantly creating. And he's actually one of the easiest persons to actually work with, and he don't never talk down to anyone that he worked with.
Because I'm so short.
It's always about bringing people up.
It's physically not even possible to talk down.
He's well, but fucking stupid. That's another thing.
You're hurting my feelings. You call me stupid.
It doesn't matter how much we go through. He'll call me, I'll call him, and we would just laugh about it. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. We can have a bad day. I mean, it could be a messed up week, and he'll just call me, and we just start laughing. And do we even know why we laugh?
No. Sometimes things are so bad, we just laugh.
They'd be so bad. People don't have a clue.
We
You guys are the same?
Oh, it's the exact same with us. It's
Really?
so funny that you said that.
Yeah.
And especially when it's like we could be having the absolute worst day, and then we get on the phone.
We'll
with one
literally just
another,
start That's awesome.
And an hour and a half later, it's like we have tears running down our face from laughing so
Sure.
hard.
I think the secret sauce is everyone needs to have an Asian as a partner. You know what I mean?
You might have a point.
That's what makes it
Whoa.
happen.
You might that could be your next business idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened if two Asians partnered together? What? What, Alibaba? I don't know. Like, what
The
would
next
happen?
Alibaba.
Oh my god.
Okay. Listen, just find another
It'll be-
Asian and just loop me in.
It'll be like Microsoft meets Alibaba. You know?
God. Wait, and Bill Gates see this, he's gonna be like,
Oh, right,
No,
right.
he can't take it.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
call up Jack, like, hey Jack, listen.
And I appreciate that, man. But working with you is also fun. I can't deny it. And it could be because we were both in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
It could be that we both love business. That's the truth. We love creating. And as he said, we're not business owners, we're artists. We're the definition of an artist.
Yeah.
And we're starving. We're starving artists. Every day we're starving. I have this thing that I wake up every morning and I am scared that I'm going to lose it all. And everyone thought I'm paranoid or it's a gimmick to keep on working. It's not, because I had a tragic incident in July. And you know what? I wasn't scared of losing anything. We have worked so hard. We have built such a strong infrastructure. We have such a great team. And we had such an amazing time doing it. I wasn't worried. I knew that the guy to the right and to the left of me is going to take care of me.
Yeah.
Take care of the business, take care of myself personally. I wasn't worried at all. I broke that foot. I woke up from surgery and I was like, it'll be fine for the next 3 to 6 months. It's actually going to be great. And that's the comfort that Kashif gives me. And that's the comfort that any partner, I think, should give you. I don't think you should walk this path alone.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to have a partner. Even if that partner might not have that experience that you might have or walks a different path. Having someone else that you could talk to is so important, because imagine a business is even harder than a marriage.
Yeah.
You know, it's a relationship. There's money involved, and there ain't no sex. You know,
No.
So like a lot of marriages.
so if shit's going wrong, I don't want to sleep with him. You know what I mean? I love him, but no. So we gotta make it work. We gotta laugh. We gotta smile, and we gotta complete each other in hard times, you know, and in good times.
Yeah.
So that's it, really.
We're brothers.
We are brothers.
Brothers that like to create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creative brothers.
Creative
brothers.
The Wright
Well,
brothers. No?
you also had that first business create and incubate, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So the first business is Tribe.
Okay.
It's Tribe Entertainment.
But that was more of the evolution. Like Tribe wasn't
No.
destined to be. Oh.
First business
Okay.
ever at age 14 was Tribe DJs,
Okay.
which ended up becoming, I think I got older, we incorporated in 2003-ish, maybe 2001, 2003, it became Tribe Entertainment LLC, right? And at that moment, we owned the DJ company, which was spanned out, I think, in 6 different states: New York, New Jersey, Florida division, a Detroit division, expanded out to Boston. Then we started a promotional company, and I replicated the formula to do the promotions exactly where the private parties are coming. And that's why I love the nightclub business, because the nightclub business is one of the unique businesses where it creates a hub of people. And now I sold DJing, entertainment. So where else are you going to find a business where every single week 500 people is gathering that is looking for the DJ, the name thing? So I was doing that 2 to 3 times a week in multiple states. So even if I got one booking, it's worth it for me to do these parties. So now I got the nightclub side of the business. I got the private parties, doing weddings, bar mitzvahs, DJ, all sorts of corporate events. As I got older, you know, my audience got older, and that was Tribe Entertainment. And then I moved forward, bought a nightclub, and I felt like I kind of like finished it, right? What, as a DJ, the dream is to be a nightclub owner, but I never thought that by age 30, I would have fulfilled all my dreams. Then I had to do something else. And that's where Create and Incubate came. A very good friend of mine approached me and said, hey, Riz, you're not a nightclub promoter. You know, you're not an entertainer. What you are is a gigantic marketer and you have limited yourself in only the entertainment world, open it up to everything else. And that's when Create and Incubate was created. And we started creating different things and we're incubating. Now, I've always believed, even in the Tribe Entertainment days, we would all live in one house. That's what I thought. If anyone's ever seen Entourage, that's how most of my life has been since college on. From age 18, I bring all my business partners into one house and we build a business together. And that's how all my businesses has grown. And you get to know real quick if you're going to get along with that person or not. You get to know real quick.
That's so funny that you say that.
You know, what are the what are the icks, what are the ticks, what are the things that
Because you don't know somebody until you live with them.
Exactly.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
And also, a normal work day is 8 hours. Us entrepreneurs, right? All you entrepreneurs out there, you're terrible if you're only working 1 to 2 hours a day. You have to do better than that. You know, we brag about, oh, entrepreneurs work so much harder. We don't. If you are not clocking in at 9 a.m. and clocking out 5 p.m., you are doing less than anyone else that's working a 9 to 5. So if you truly want to succeed in your business, honestly, go to work at 9 to 5 and then some. And then you will crush it. We are up 6 a.m. You guys text me, I respond right away. We are in bed by 4 a.m. And it's not just one business, it's every single business over and over and over. We keep on growing it. And we love this shit.
We love problems.
Yeah, we love it all. And so with the incubation model, what I realized, that's where I was able to break the 9 to 5 mold, that 8 hours. Sure, we're going to clock in, but we're going to have breakfast together first. Because remember, I don't do this shit for money. I do this because I love it. And I really love breakfast. And I love nice stuff, right?
And you love dessert.
I love dessert. I actually eat dessert before I eat my meals. And while we're eating breakfast, we're having conversation. We're talking about business. Hey, you know, I was working on some things overnight, or I was thinking about it after I went to bed. What do you think? Let me run this by you. It just naturally happens.
Yeah.
And we do cool stuff. Like I used to have a chef that's to come over and make us breakfast all the time. All the things that regular day things that we need to do, I try to remove that. And when you have a large house, that's affordable, right? If I offer this to everyone individually, it's not affordable. But having a maid, having someone, you know, do your laundry, fold your laundry, all that stuff, that's what Create and Incubate provided. We provided this spot, a place where you could be creative and not have to worry about everyday stuff. Groceries. This is before DoorDash and Uber Eats and everything came to you. We would hire someone just to handle all that stuff. So your primary focus is to figure out how you can make your business grow, how we can make our business grow. And it just naturally happened. And we used to have 4 or 5 people living together. At one point, we had 12 people. We had this gigantic mansion. And the businesses, the ideas just keep on flowing. That's why I know every single time we meet, you're like, wait, which business is this of yours, Riz?
Yeah.
When you have 24 hours with like-minded individuals,
Yeah.
what you can create in 3 years, most people can't create in a lifetime. And just this year alone, I think we launched 4, maybe 5 businesses.
Yeah, just this year.
Just
And
this
That's
year.
incredible.
And we just hit the
This is
4th
so
quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we're seeing the future us.
I hope
For
so.
real.
I
No,
hope
I
so.
really do.
Yeah. So I don't believe in ever taking the pressure off the gas. You got to keep on going. That's awesome that we built a studio upstairs. Now it's time for the podcast studio.
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome that the podcast studio is almost done. Now let's start recording. Now let's start putting on Spotify. Now let's do this. Now let's do a launch party, guys. Hey, let's do a behind the scenes of thing. You're never gonna hear me stop. I have unlimited energy, and I truly believe I'm gonna lose everything every single morning, which is why every single time you talk to me, I'm like, hey guys, let's do something else. I'm never going to stop. So that's just how I am.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So that fear is imperative for you.
What was that?
That is one of your biggest motivating forces then.
Fear.
Is that fear.
Fear, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like I'm gonna lose it all. I don't know why. I got great parents. I've always had a roof over my head.
You're not the only person that I've ever heard say that, but it hits me because it's like, in a way, if you're not scared, then are you always going to be trying to do your best, or are you going to become complacent?
I failed once. I failed once. I get this butterfly in my stomach before I do something. If we have a grand opening, if we have a launch, if we have a campaign. And at one event, I had 0 butterflies. I was on a date. I didn't care about going to the event. I thought everything was handled. It flopped. I got there, ready to show off to my date. Look at this amazing thing that I did. It was terrible. And I remember that feeling. And it humbled me.
Does it ever haunt you?
It haunts me. I still think about it. I still think about it all the time. And I'm never going to make that mistake again. And I'm never going to stop. I'm just going to keep on going. I love it. Why would I stop? What am I going to do? Am I going to wake up in the morning and be like, oh, you know what? I had such a great time yesterday from this podcast that we shot. Let me just never shoot this again. Or let's just wait till no, I'm going to be like, yo, that was awesome. I get this high. After this is done, I'm going to have this adrenaline. I won't be able to sleep till 2 a.m. And ideas come up. And I just write it down. That's why I call myself an artist. My ideas are business ideas, right? Maybe it's not a rap song or an album or the next R&B or who's that girl you love, Tyler? Maybe it's not that.
Well, I didn't say I loved her.
Okay,
were just
I love her.
we were just talking about certain things.
What are those certain things, Christina?
I don't know if we can mention that here.
So I write, and then I have a hard time sleeping. So then I'm up, and I want to share that to somebody. And I have this awesome group of creatives that I can share that with. And one person might be like, yo, I think that is hot. Let's launch it. And again, my personality is like, let's launch it right now.
Yeah.
It's 7:05 a.m., by the way.
You sound like you've experienced this once or
He
twice.
called me yesterday, just last night, at 3:30 in the morning. I was like, how you know I'm up? He was like, 'cause I see you working. I was like, okay. He was like, but guess what? The decals came in. I'm like, okay. 3:30 in the morning, but he was so excited, to tell me that the decals came in.
And we just finished all this, by the way.
Last night. You were just leaving the studio.
Just in the studio.
Yeah.
What time did you leave the studio last night?
3:29.
3:29.
3:29 a.m. Yeah. I also called him 4 or 5 times, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was...
This is good.
And he had me up to about 7:30 a.m. So I didn't go to bed to 7:30 a.m.
We have a rental business, and where we rent out cars, like luxury cars and everything. And I always wonder, do you get annoyed by me? Because he runs it, especially with my foot being broken and everything. And it's a lot scarier than him. Maybe they'll like rob me, but with him, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna bring back this car to you, my man. Do you get annoyed? Because I'm almost micromanaging. The rental will be like 8 a.m., 7:55. Yo, what you doing, man? You up? Aye. Just checking, man. Just checking.
I don't like the mornings.
Yeah.
But it'd be fine. It'd be fine because it'd be money coming in.
Yeah.
So I'm up, ready,
There's nothing like the smell of Benjamins to wake you up.
Listen.
It's for a purpose.
You didn't even mention that business. So that's actually business number 11.
Yeah.
What, Benjamins for breakfast?
Oh, that's a great idea. No.
I love that.
But our car rental business.
Our car rental business. We just launched that too this year.
Yeah. We've been thinking about it for a while. It's been in the pipeline for a while. But everything has to make sense. There's logistics behind it. There's security, where you're gonna store the vehicles, how you're gonna clean the vehicles, the mechanics of it, how you're gonna rent it out, the testimonials, insurance,
Yeah, especially on these
damage,
exotic cars.
you name it, hunting them down, tracking it. There's so much that goes into every little thing, guys. And I don't know if you guys experience it yet. Like, nothing is simple. Absolutely nothing is simple.
Yeah.
Tell us some of your experiences.
Goodness
is right. I mean, we launched a few months ago, right? Mm-hmm. And I think in the short span of time that we have owned the agency, like there's things that, and this even would have tied into the question that I was planning on asking you about, like the incubation process.
Okay.
Like, throughout the incubation process, what is one thing that you feel that you've learned from that you would have never been able to have learned without actually experience?
Who will be my partners? Okay. Many times in the incubation process, it's actually employees that I put. I'm never going to ask a sheep, hey, come live with me. That's really Diddy of me if I did that.
That is really Diddy.
But what I would do is I would solve a problem with employees if they have housing issues or whatever the case is. Every business is different. So in our current business we don't really need it. But when I launch apps or with the marketing or with the websites and stuff like that, I like to house everyone for 3 to 4 months. What takes 1 year, we finish in 3 to 4 months. And what I wouldn't have expected that happens in an incubation process, there will be someone in there that I actually want to be a partner with in a business that taught me something that they had this grit that made me going. Because it is not like I have unlimited energy without getting refueled. Yeah, I won't stop. I won't stop because I found ways to refuel yourself. I think I said something at one of our pop-ups that we did over here at Tribe Studios where my emotional tank gets empty after launching certain things and just working, just going through tough times. A couple of quarters are pretty tough in our line of business. And I come to Tribe Studios because it refills my emotional tank. Now, that's what I
What
look
about it does?
the person, the people, the individual. And
Okay.
that's what my partners are. My partner is someone, they don't need to have a specific particular skill set. They need to refill my emotional tank, which energizes me and makes me stay up and makes me focus on work. Or else, I mean, a lot of us have bird brain. You know, we'll be on YouTube and get lost in the sauce and waste all this
scrolling.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I see
Rabbit
Kashif
holes.
focus, I want to stay focused. I put my phone down.
Yeah.
He's a very polite gentleman. He's dressed much better than I always am and everything. If he comes to dinner, you're never... He has like 34 phones, but you're never going to see the phone on the table with him. I learned that from... I leave my phone in the car now due to certain things about him. Like I said, what I love about doing business is not the business, not the money. It's I'm becoming a better human being in society because of the businesses that I do, because of the number of people that I meet, which is why I'm even interested in buying this bar again, because this is a different location.
Yeah.
The clientele is older. I'm older myself, right? Not 14, 41 now, right? So I want to be around people like that. I want to also have a spot for people to have an experience, just like hookah was the perfect date opportunity at age 26. That was my priority. At age 41, my priority is networking opportunity. Where is the perfect networking opportunity? Which is why on Saturdays, we're doing your launch party. We're doing like almost like a business Saturday
Yeah.
to help out other entrepreneurs, but not just get business. The part that I can't explain in words sometimes is it fulfills my heart seeing something like this. How much time and energy are we all putting together to make this one Saturday happen? It's going to come and it's going to go. 4, 6 hours, 8 hours max, and it's gone. But we put in collectively hundreds of hours for something like this. If you do the math, we're losing.
Yeah.
You know, we're losers. But after this event is done, and the journey to the event is what I love.
Yeah.
I think we built a personal relationship. We've all already have a relationship. I think I met you a couple of times. But because we have these mutual grounds that we can talk about that motivates us, we got to know each other more. We got to share a meal today. And we're just doing things that we love. I'm pretty sure if I called a person, I don't know, that does finance, hey, let's do a photo shoot together before our launch party, they'll probably be like, why? Doesn't make any sense. But I can call you and you'll be like, hey, can I bring a male model? It's like, that's a great idea. Let's bring a male. Can we add him to the podcast? Yeah, awesome idea. Let's do that. Hopefully I also can bounce back and fulfill, your desires and things that you need to motivate yourself to keep going as you do for me.
That was so well said.
Did I answer any questions? I don't know. I was in the zone, baby.
Man, you
I
was
don't remember
moving.
the question.
You was dropping balls.
I'm in love.
Philosopher Riz, yes.
Okay, so I'm seeing here that you both dabble in so many markets.
Yeah.
Are there any industries that you did want to get into that you haven't yet?
No.
I do. Asians. Where are all the Asians hiding? Yeah. 100%. I ask this question all the time. We live in New Jersey. So many Chinese, Filipinos, Koreans. How come no one ever rents our studio?
They all in New York.
Are they? No, New Jersey's filled.
You haven't been to
They in
Edison?
There's a lot
My
of them
dude,
in
you
New
went to
York,
Little
I mean.
India?
Okay, yeah. Those Asians I got on lock. Okay, South Asian, no problem. I'm talking about East Asian. How do do Asian people stick together and just work with other Asians? Because our marketing is pretty broad, but we don't have like even 1% of our business coming in from an Asian clientele. How do we target an Asian clientele? Because I think Asian people are the most creative people out there. I love their photography, their modeling. I love how they do business. I love their branding. I want to work with Asians. How do I tap into that market?
So from my experience, it's either one or the other. They either only want to work with other Asians or they don't want to work with Asians at all. So when they work with other Asians, it's a little bit better in a sense where you can be a little bit more lenient. I'm sure you see that as well when you work with other brown people. I don't know if that's the right.
Yeah, it's all good.
You could call them Indian,
Yeah.
native
No, but
Indian.
I'm talking the whole like collective brown.
No, sometimes it's
community.
tough. Yeah, sometimes it's tough
Yeah.
working with your own culture.
Right.
And I mean, I say this all the time. Sometimes I don't want to work with my own
Exactly.
people, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to support a brown business or a brown owned business. And I noticed that in the brown community, we all do support each other. But I still want to work with some Asians, some East Asians. How do I do that? What is your advice? How do we tap in? What do I need to do? You know,
You are working with one right now.
yeah, I know.
Like-
That's what I'm asking. This is my only opportunity in my life, Christina.
So listen, this is how you do it.
Okay.
All right. Holiday time come, invite us over. There you go. Now you got a whole family.
Okay, cool.
That's how
so,
that
so
works.
Christina's family is invited
Start
over.
building on that.
What if you
The
don't
whole
celebrate
family.
Christmas?
Huh?
What if you don't celebrate?
Who don't?
Yeah.
You guys don't?
What if
Oh,
we
see,
don't?
messed up already because she doesn't have a backup plan.
I said for a holiday. I don't know what holiday, but whatever holiday that you guys have.
Well, you said the holidays are coming up. What if we don't celebrate any of them?
What do you guys celebrate?
No, I'm playing. To celebrate.
Just run a game on me, like just making my life hard. You just see me sweating 20 seconds. Like, shit.
Yeah, I would love to get into that market.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
People, immigrants
Okay.
in general, can be selfish with that. They come to the U.S. thinking, I'm going to get this American dream. However, they want it for themselves. They don't want anyone else to win because they want all that. They're greedy. And I think that's also the reason why a lot of Asians don't work with other Asians. Because, listen, if I'm a nail salon owner,
You made it so stereotypical.
if I'm a nail salon owner, why would I want to work with another nail salon who's also owned by an Asian immigrant? You know, like you see the competition there?
No, I don't actually.
No, me neither.
I only see us growing together. You're in a different market, a different city. You know the struggles that I've gone through. So why wouldn't I ask you certain advice, or maybe I could teach you a few things? See, I don't see it that way. I see that if I'm willing to work with white, black, brown, whatever the case is, that means I'm an individual who's willing to work with someone else. It doesn't matter who that someone else is. My connection is not by race, not by color, it's not by religion. My connection is about our experience, our emotions, our tragedies. What was difficult? Once I could connect that you shared the same difficulty as me, now we got a relationship. And I want to help you, and hopefully you want to help me.
See, now you need to instill that belief in them. That's what you have to do.
Okay, we got to
That would be
gather.
but that would be so difficult too, because some people are so
'Cause
inherently
Asians are stubborn.
just- that and also dogmatic. Like they're not necessarily going to ever be able to see it that way because it's like, it almost comes down to like Machiavellianism almost, like where they're inherently selfish by nature and that they don't see through that lens that hey, listen, we've gone through the same thing. We should build together. That's rare. You don't come across that often, but that's probably what's allowed you to put yourself in this position and keep consistently growing is that your lens is different.
Well, I want to be the breaker of chains because this is a barrier. And I want to break that barrier, and I want for us to work together. Only because it's just a beautiful thing. We live in America. In my country, in Bangladesh, in my village, this would not happen.
Yeah.
This is a blessing. The sacrifice that my parents made and the fruits that I get to enjoy by having a conversation with a Russian, right? With a Korean descendant, with an Indian descendant, right?
With a black.
Yeah, with a black descendant, right? This would have never happened, period, in my village. In fact, if Kashif walked in, he's so big, he might be able to take over all of Bangladesh. They were like, oh my God, the warlord is here. We bow down, just take the country. If
You
this
wouldn't
is-
even have to say anything.
No.
Just stand there.
They're like,
Stomp a couple times.
my family is coming. Never mind. We're scared, So I think this is the most beautiful thing. And that's the blessing of America. And that's why I love doing business, because I get to meet so many different people, different walks in life. And being a DJ, I was able to find a common ground that all humans on this earth all bounce to, and that's music. They bounce to the beat. And if I can sync our heartbeats in the same rhythm through music, I feel like I can sync our mindset through business, through creativity, through photography, through video. right? And back in the day, why am I doing this video podcast? I did so much, learned so much, and loved so much through music. I feel like with visual, we can really change the world, truly.
You sounded like Martin Luther King for a second.
I had a dream.
I think that's your father.
What other questions do you ladies have? Hopefully we're answering them all.
You're definitely answering most of them. Let me actually check my phone. What she has to say.
How are we doing, Robin, over here?
We're good.
Robin's going to hop on. Is this going to be your first podcast tomorrow? Nice.
Go, Rodman.
The guy behind the camera is going to get in front of the camera. Watch him freeze up.
He gonna say welcome, 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 welcome.
That was his first video ever. So, Kashi's first video podcast, he forgot his name, he forgot everything.
Oh.
All he said was, go ahead.
Welcome, 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 welcome. See, I don't really know how to be too like how Riz is. I dress proper, but I'm not all that too business savvy. I like to be me. And sometimes.
So what's being you?
Listen, in a boardroom, I'm going to argue with him. I think he's wrong. In a boardroom, Kashif is one of the most amazing people in there. The things that he says absolutely astonishes me, and I learn a lot from him. So I just thought, why not put it in video so other entrepreneurs can learn from him? Kashif is a big supporter of the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I thought modern day things like YouTubes and videos and podcasts is what the youth is now listening to and watching. Mm-hmm. So, and we don't have time, unfortunately, to go from classroom to classroom, which is what he used to do before. We're just so busy with work and dedicated to our families and to our staff, which is pretty much our family. We can't do all those other things we used to do 10 years ago. We're also older now, right? Our back hurts, our foot is broken.
Knee hurt.
Gas is very expensive. We had to go electric.
All electric.
So times have changed, and we started doing the videos. I gave him no coaching. We spent a lot of time going back and forth, but you guys were naturals too. I gave him absolutely nothing. I was like, yo, this is the date. I'm going to mic you up. I wasn't even thinking anything because he's such a natural. When you're in a meeting with Kashif, you met him. You saw him live. How amazing was he?
Oh my goodness. The first time I met him was at Pitch Fest. And not only did this man have a presence to him, but when people started pitching, I was scared for them. The way he was asking questions on and on, it was crazy.
I get crazy at times. But you know what, though? I come from the party background, right? So I'm a MC. You give me the microphone, I just move, But once you put the camera on me and it's lights and I'm like, Riz, what are we doing? He I don't know. I'm like, I don't know either. And all I could say was, welcome, 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 welcome. I'm getting better at it, though.
What do you guys think? This is only your third video podcast? What number are you?
Yeah.
He seems like
So you're one ahead of us. Okay.
Yeah. I don't really do this thing with the cameras. I don't go live. I post a couple of pictures up, but that's it.
Yeah.
You and me both.
Don't you do motivational speaking?
I do motivational speaking. Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing.
That's what I said. It's almost the same thing. He's in front of the cameras, but I think he's with a group of people usually.
I think it's the environment that dictates a lot of it.
I think I'm not on a spot camera. It's just basically I'm in the room with the people. I'm basically
and the cameras
floating.
happen to be on.
Right. I'm basically floating. But once you got all this set up, lights, camera, action, all I need is some baby oil. You know what I mean?
Well, we worked hard on it. I think what you said, Valentina, is important, the environment. And we are really trying to build an environment for entrepreneurs in here. How do you feel how we're doing? This is your second time in here, and hopefully it keeps on.
I feel motivated.
Good.
It looks so different even from the last time that we were here.
It does look very
different. The feeling
different.
is different, too. The feeling is different. And I think that's also going to make a break for how comfortable, obviously, people feel is what the environment they're stepping into.
Yeah.
And whether they can just go, welcome, welcome, welcome. Or whether they can continue the dialogue after that.
You're going to show them that video, too, ain't you?
Oh my
you
God.
must.
That's stored. That's stored. So what other questions you ladies have for us?
So I think I had actually one more, if I'm not mistaken. Hang on 1 second.
Who's your daddy?
No, that was not one of my questions. Who is your daddy?
Battery daddy is my daddy.
And AI is my daddy.
Another Indian.
You know what?
That's a good one.
Yes, I have one more.
Okay.
So we might have actually touched on this, but I said when we were on the phone the other day, right? we discussed that Tribe Studios was a result of the evolution of the process rather than being a part of the plan, right? Would you say this is something that often happens in your line of work? And that things deter from the actual plan itself and wind up really just being part of the organic evolution of things?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I like to say that I have a plan, I'm having no plan. Okay?
Okay.
What's the plan? I have no plan. Because just like evolution, you have a end goal to build the planet and habitate with species, but you got to naturally let the rivers flow. Everything can't be a straight line. It can't be symmetrical. You know, there's going to be bumps and bruises. It's going to be good and bad, which is why the bad doesn't bother me. When the business has a downhill, it's not downhill. It's part of the process, part of the evolution. And I love every part of it. I got to meet you guys, and we are doing three total different things compared to just being the in-house model management company. Right? We could just stuck to that. That's what most businesses. We are a studio. We have photographers. You are a model management company. You will provide the models.
And that's it.
That's it. If I stuck to a business plan, and if I followed like that, as my father would want me to do, rigid man, right? Then that's all we would have ended at. But I wouldn't have enjoyed that. Maybe we would have made more money. Who knows? Maybe my way is false. Maybe I'm failing. Maybe I'm a failure. But I'll tell you, if this is what failing's like, I'm loving it. I absolutely love this, because then we started talking about doing this event, because I had this opportunity at One Republic, and I was telling Kashif, I was like, hey, I would really love to bring these girls in. We just did a podcast, and we just worked together. And I've worked with multiple model management companies before, but this relationship I do feel is different. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm sure you have multiple clients. I feel like this relationship is different, and I want to see you two grow. I want to see it flourish. It'll bring nothing but joy to me to see that. I want you to be like, Riz, I'm too busy for you. We don't got time for y'all, right?
No, we actually
We
say
got
the
a while
opposite.
to go there.
We have a
got a while to
saying.
get
We
there.
always say what Riz wants, Riz gets.
I want Asians. That came out so wrong. That came out really wrong.
And the look in your eyes, too.
So, but because of being able to go with the flow and evolve as evolution takes you, we are doing this launch party for you guys, which is special to me. Just like you're saying, whatever we want, you guys are
We're
gonna
so
get
excited.
to. We want to make sure.
We're
This is a
so
great launch party for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
We're working really hard behind the scenes to make sure it's good. So yeah, I believe in having a plan of no plans, and that's where it got me so far. But the plan is to have a great time and have the best life possible and be a good human while
And
doing
have
it.
another podcast coming soon.
Yes.
Coming soon.
Podcast coming
Well,
soon.
thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us. as
Absolutely.
Thank you.
always. As always.
Thank you. I'm going to say shishi.
What does that mean?
I mean, thank you.
Man, wrong language,
what?
wrong Asian, bro.
You're wrong,
We were doing so
Asian.
good.
Racist?
Thank you so much. We're signing off over here in the Tribe Series podcast.
Bye.
This was wonderful. Hopefully you guys got to know us a bit, and we love you too. I cannot wait for this launch party.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Amazing.